Somebody else, shoulders can carry on for somebody else. Carrying on for somebody else. Just be happy. It doesn't work like that. Happy is what is expected of everybody. It just doesn't work like that. So the song carrying a lot of weight. I have tried to carry this weight on my shoulders. That doesn't work. He's living with a soldier. It can't always get better. What it takes is say me and for living my life for somebody else. It never works. As nice as it sounds, living your life for somebody else, it doesn't work. The song is called Strong for Somebody Else. Living somebody else's life. For many reasons, this life I've tried to live somebody else and how it works. The song, I think you need to live yourself before you live somebody else's life. This is just like having to be in a war. Balance keeps his strength from turning into weakness. Everyone has a strength and weakness needed every type of strength. We need every type of strength. We need every type of weakness. Everyone has their strengths and weaknesses with our rights of a balance. Strong people don't cry. No, not true. Strong people need to cry. The word I can't cry in front of somebody else. I'm sure they wouldn't like it like that. They want your true emotion to let out. They may want to express and hope that they can be available to help you. I've heard so many times people within mental health groups say, I can't cry in front of them. I have to be happy in front of them. Good reasons to stop proving your worth for somebody else. 6 good reasons. It's important to honor your feelings and boundaries, or things can get out of the control. Overwhelm yourself. Remember that you can't lift 1,000 pounds all at once. Yet you can easily lift 1 pound 1,000 times. Small repeatedly will give you there to work. Working hard for rest and learning disconnects. Engage in self-care. And in the marathon of life, the key is learning. Mindful and patient in yourself and live your own life, nobody else's. That's Sam Vaughn's mental health. Here's the video.
So what do you say to the girl or guy sitting in this audience that has got a bit of a predisposition to want to be liked by many or most?
If you don't get over that, you're doomed. Because what happens is this: you start to create a whole bunch of people that aren't even yourself. You never figure out who you are. You never live up to your dreams, your ambition. You live up to what whoever is around you that you like so much, that you want to emulate and be like so much. You live their dreams. You lose your power. You lose your power. The ultimate power is owning yourself. I had to reinvent a human being. I sat at home for so many fucking nights by myself, broken, not just physically, mentally, spiritually. But then I sat back and said to myself, I invented a motherfucker. I actually sat back when I was fat, nasty, out of shape, miserable, and created a human being in my mind that didn't even exist, and said, that's what I want to be. I want to be that guy. I want to be a guy that's capable of doing exactly what I'm doing today. And you have to, if you weren't born that guy, that mentally strong guy, he can be made. Woman, man, whatever the hell you are, it can be made. But in making that person, you have to be able to turn down book deals. You have to be who the fuck you are every day of your life, and never care about anybody who gets in your way that says you're not doing something the proper way. I was always afraid of people not wanting to, like when you get beat as bad as I did, I lied all the time. I wanted to be accepted and loved and all that shit, that I created about 50 people Whatever you like, I like. Just if you would be my friend, just be my friend. And that's where we get lost in life. When I post about suffering, this whole new, kinder, gentler, soft-ass fucking world, they just fucking, oh God, this is horrible. We talking about, no. Suffering, if you know how to do it without making it out to be like, I'm not talking about you have to go through cancer. But I guarantee one thing, man, I bet you're a better motherfucker mentally if you look at it the right way. Everything I went through in my life, every bad fucking thing I went through in my life, the 2 heart surgeries, all the name calling, being everything I went through. If you learn how to flip that motherfucker on top of his head and say, hang on, there's so much power in this fucking thing. And if you look at life as it is a trial ground, a testing ground for where you need to belong, where you need to go, suffering is a fact of life. And if you look at suffering the right way, it's a great tool to callous your mind. If you look at it as suffering, woe is me, this is bullshit, God, kicking rocks. If you look at it like, okay, motherfucker, you're testing me now. I get it. Whenever I'm being like depressed, I go through depressed moments, I go, oh, hang on, I'm getting tested. So you have to be aware of all the signals and signs that are being given to you from the world. One of them is if you feel bad, you're being tested. How are you going to perform under that? And that's suffering is a part of life, very needed. That's the only place, man. I'll never forget when I was younger and I lived in a $7 a month place and it fucked up, everything was jacked up. I had a pair of jeans and I'll never forget this as long as I live. You know, first day of school, people go school shopping, right? Week out, 2 weeks out, maybe a month out. We didn't have any money to do that. So I had this pair of jeans that the inside of the pocket was green. The inside of the pocket was green. I wore them almost every fucking day. So what I did for the next year of school was I cut that pocket out so the green would show, so it looked like a new pair of jeans. All I want.
Now on to sports. The Royals have now lost 3 straight at home again and have lost really 9 in a row at the at home in a row. To put that in perspective, the Bananas have won the same amount of games as the Royals do during this stretch. And they are now fewer days left for training camp than the number of consecutive home losses by the Royals. The Royals will have Noah Cameron, and the Dodgers will have Dusty May. Will go for the Dodgers, game time 7-10. The Dodgers are in first place. We'll have more on Shohei Ohtani tomorrow, likely joining you in a podcast, although we'll see in SoundCloud. We'll see you for that tomorrow. Game time for that game is at 3:10. Cardinals lose 2 of 3 to the Cubs. The Cardinals will play on Apple TV to start a series with the Guardians. The Cardinals are 44-38. The Guardians are 40-39. 6:10 first pitch, Apple TV. The Cubs will go at it 48-33. As we mentioned, Cubs took the final 2 games from the Cardinals and play the Astros at 7:10. Pitchers for that game is Cade Horton and Brandon Walter. Game time 7:10. We'll go over this more tomorrow, but Shohei Ohtani and basketball week completed the NBA draft. Players local going from players we talk about, Northwestern, Brooks Bazine selected by the Thunder at 44. No player picked at Notre Dame or free agency-wise. Illini freshman Kaspa
Jakushanes
and Will Riley were selected to the Miami Heat and Utah Jazz with the 20 and 21st overall picks. Kansas Hunter Dickerson picked by the New Orleans Pelicans. DeJuan Harris is expected to be picked up. These are the Jayhawks. Marcus Grant goes to the Heat for the Jayhawks. Mizzou and the Denver Nuggets take Tamar Bates. Mizzou's Caleb Grill goes to the Chicago Bulls. No playing Kansas State players taken. Tomorrow, if you join us, we'll be talking about Shohei Ohtani on probably SoundCloud. More on the stadiums tomorrow. This is Sam Vaughn for Sam Sports Report.